Exactly. It's a best of 5 for $500, and of course, Czech, the most old school player in this scene of Warcraft 3, is picking the Warden, which is pretty much standard on this map, on Terena's stand. Has been played for years, and now even more so since Lolliot brought her back into the metagame. So yeah, Czech, he played the first televised Korean pro tournament in Warcraft 3 in 2002. 14 years later, he is in the biggest Cup Series final that we have in Europe. So yeah, what a long breath this guy has. On the other side, eMalFaN, he's been around for quite some time, but he gained shape in when the NetEase ladder started. I guess he played a lot, and he's actually streaming a lot too. So this is one of the few new guys from Korea that we're witnessing. We're always talking about Moon, we're always talking about Czech, Remind, Focus and stuff, but I think Lolliot can count as a new blood, and by his side is Mr. eMalFaN.
A player's forces are
yeah, NetEase, when did that contest start? Like last year's October, maybe?
I think so, yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, and eMalFaN, until today, I must say I was kind of underestimating him. But after this GERA Cup, I guess no more. He has a shot at the big money here, at the first place for GERA Cup number 50, where the prize purse has been increased to $500, which is quite a nice chunk of change to take home.
Indeed. Level 2 and a third for the Warden Gauntlet so far. And the best item in the meantime, eMalFaN got the slippers and the gloves, also not the best items, but he's going for that Merc Camp, which is one of the most important creep spots here on Terenas, because it drops one of the big consumable items, and that is always great for fights. So we see what the Taskmaster is about to drop. In the meantime, Czech's getting ready for the same spot, and if the Warden finds a mana potion, that would be the dream.
Weren't there like some statues on Terena's stand?
Yeah.
You know, the big ones with the guy with the swords in their hands?
Yeah, somewhere they are. I don't know.
Where are they?
I can't remember.
Dude, like, I'm
They're
looking for
gone. Someone stole them.
Did someone change the map or something?
Both players find the Wand of Mana Stealing, which is pretty nice. Actually, burning the mana of the Warden is always good. Getting the Archmage away from a new Water Elemental is always a great thing. Or if you're in lack of mana for, let's say, Shadow Strike or a Fan of Knives, then using that item can be very beneficial. Of course, a big mana potion or a big invul, a big healing would have been even better. So Czech with the first Berserker, eMalFaN with an expansion right from the bat. He's waiting for the resources for that one, and at the same time Czech is teching already, and the Hunter's Hall might be in time this game.
It is actually. Very good, Czech, you're learning. I'm so proud. Now, he's not good doing the War Chief approach, which is super fast blind counter expansion. He is creeping up more. He has hit level 3, and oh, is he gonna be having fun with the peasants. He's expecting this, and he's expecting absolutely right. This will definitely be 2 kills. The Arcane Tower is up. Oh, Fan of Knives, here we go. Has he... yeah. Does he have Shadow Strike?
Yeah, level 1 Shadow Strike, 2 levels of Fan of Knives. Reveal being used, so the Arcane Tower can strike again. Very well done by eMalFaN. So, I think no peasant died, right?
One died.
Okay.
But that's of course... that can be neglected. Can be recovered from. And here we see finally the expansion. It is far away from the human, so it's not as easily killable. And this is pretty cool. The Warden is keeping the human army busy, and the Night Elf is kind of guarding the expo, but a footman did see it. Now, eMal would love to cancel this expo, but does he have the opportunity? That's another question.
Warden's dropping fairly low thanks to pretty hard hits of the Archmage. Burning the mana of the Shadow Priest, also a nice way of dealing with this.
A player's force.
So no more hitting.
And this expo is dead. This expo is absolutely dead. And Rich on Turner's stand earlier today, he was just not able to get the expo up, by the way, denying the Nightcrawler there. Check. A little too old, I guess. And if this expo gets delayed over and over and over again, the Night Elf runs into a lot of trouble. And yeah, this is most certainly gonna be killed. Very good scouting from eMalFaN, having the footman in position, even if he had to give his life for it. Definitely worth the kill, or the sacrifice rather.
Dispelling a water elemental here, a bit more experience, but both are pretty much equal when it comes to XP. Getting one footman, but as you mentioned before, that is completely ignorable. And in the meantime, his expo is up. There is an arcane tower. Economy is up and running. Tier 2
he's teching already.
Tier 2 tech has been started. Lumber mill is ready for some guard towers. Everything looks quite in order for eMalFaN.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, this is gonna be the infamous 70 supply push that is a ticking time bomb right now. Is Czech gonna be able to get his army up in time, his economy up in time? Oh, I think he's gonna lose the Tree of Life again. Yeah, there's no saving it. Czech has now to stop thinking about an expansion. This will be too late. I think he has to stay on one base.
Archmage is coming.
Oh, wait a minute, there's actually 2 Shadow Priests.
Yeah, he can dispel the water elementals.
Yeah, but he doesn't have mana for Mass Dispel. I think eMalFaN had an opportunity to kill the tree there. Was kind of close. But he doesn't get it. I thought when he was arriving that he for sure had the kill. But just barely. Czech is able to keep it alive. Such a big deal.
Okay, almost 4 on the Warden. Didn't kill anything here at the Expo. Trying to get in there, but at least getting some time of his opponent. eMalFaN with the first Masonry upgrade, which is of course always very, very nice. Creeping simultaneously is Czech. Has Muddy the Mud Golem, our mascot, joining the fray, as well as the Troll Twins, of course. On the other side, immediate tier 3 tech by Czech. And the Dryads for Dispel, obviously, but he's still struggling to get that Expo up, and even a Shredder is supporting this now.
The Warden is getting closer to level 4, she's getting extra experience because being single hero and him being tier 2 already, and not too far away from tier 3. And yeah, we all know the infamous Law-Lyad Warden, what she can do, how she can go crazy, but we've also seen her be stopped by human players with a quick timing push that the Knives weren't ready for. And yes, the one will blink in, yes, she will do quite a bit of damage with the Fan of Knives, but if you have enough heal scrolls and, you know, just enough army, like a lot of stuff basically, she can't kill everything. And then your mortar teams are laying into the expansion and you get towers and stuff, and it can be problematic, but it seems like eMalFaN is going for a different approach. He's going for a second expansion and the tier 3.
Yeah, we saw plenty of approaches of human players countering that Warden. One was an Alchemist with Heal Spray, one was Hawk tagging to tier 3 with a Paladin and Griffins. That worked against Law-Lyad. So now, well, might not be the second expansion here, but a lot of creeping. Mountain King second. It is the tier 3 tech by eMalFaN.
Yeah, but no second expansion, which I was kind of expecting. And here comes the Zeppelin drop, trying to disrupt this expo of the Night Elf for as long as possible. TP is coming back from the Night Elf, getting the Water Elemental killed, and that should be level 4 for the Warden, I think. Oh, level 4.5 already! It's just crazy how quick that girl levels.
Oh, that was close!
Oh my god!
That was crazy close, and he intercepted! Scan! How much can he unload? Basically everything, but there is a town portal. He has to get away there as fast as possible. Archmage is dropping low. Oh my god! There is a lightning shield. Warden goes down though, but can he kill the Archmage as well with the lightning shield? And he can!
Yes!
Double kill on the first kill! And he gets the troll as well. What a genius move by Czech to cast the lightning shield onto the unit.
Oh my god.
To kill the hero in the process of the town portal. This is so beautiful.
Really, really cool. eMalFaN wanted to stay in there for as long as possible so that he can get the Warden kill. Even if he puts his Archmage at risk. And at risk he did put him. He died in the end. He made a small mistake there. He double tapped on the TP. So that way he wasn't right next to his tower. And that made it hard for him to micro his units. And the lightning shield kill, man. It's been a long time since I last saw this.
Yeah. But the Warden is back, coming from the tavern, of course without mana. eMalFaN is trying something here, getting some towers up. The one guard tower who's close to being finished has been cancelled, and all the other ones won't reach the final state as well. So it's once again one expansion versus one, but eMalFaN is building the first 3 tanks.
Alright, this is where the fun begins.
And the Warden is great versus units, but versus tanks, I don't know.
Yeah. But he does have the Mud Golem, which is already pretty nice against tanks, and obviously the Siege Bears, which are there to right-click them down. But the Panda second is also a possibility. He's level 5 now on the Warden, so he could be getting the Panda, creep the rest of the map as much as he can. Or does he wanna do this Lolite style? Only one hero.
I think he really needs a Panda against tanks. Without it, it's so hard.
But it's only 2 base for eMalFaN, so it's not like he has 3 gold mines and can just keep throwing tanks after tanks after tanks at him. It's still triple workshop, so that's still a lot of tanks, but still it is 1 base. Does he expect this though? It doesn't look like Czech is expecting it. He doesn't have a TP to get home quickly, which he will need to have because the tanks are on their way.
The tanks are on their way. It's a 1-1 upgrade already. Czech responded with a Nature's Blessing upgrade. And yeah, will the armor be enough or will the tanks prevail? He's researching one upgrade for the glaive throwers. So that might be an approach to get this.
Glaive throwers? Yes.
I guess.
Basically never seen glaive throwers against tanks, but yeah. Damage type wise it does make sense, but it seems like Ancient of War is just more effective. Doesn't cost you any supply. Alright, TP back comes from the Night Elf. Tanks are being driven away, and they're not really here to do critical damage, they're here to create space. The human needs space to expand and to creep up. His MK has 40 experience, and that's very bad. And now here's a Paladin with 0 experience, and those heroes only hit their stride once they're level 3 I mean.
But Archer. The Mountain King still killed the Warden.
Yeah, he did, but it's gonna be harder next time. Mass Tower is coming up now. The Archer is seeing this, and Czech does not want to let this come up. Mass Giant's obviously getting easily rid of the water elementals.
So he has to buy some time before the towers are up. That might take some time here. The Goblin Shredder, heavy, hard-hitting unit here. Almost as strong as a bear. But of course there always is the Paladin. Getting 1 Dryad. Of course he has to split the experience by 3. In the meantime, the Warden... Oh boy, the tanks to eternity! Almost down already! Not much space to repair for Czech, but at the moment it seems like he can hold this. 1 more shot maybe... Keeps him alive! 1 tank is down, but it's not enough! And so he loses his Tree of Eternity, and at the same time he keeps attacking the Tree of Life in the bottom left. Magnificent multitasking by eMalFaN this is.
Oh man, what a big mistake. The main totally exposed, and yeah, that's what tanks can do. I was, I guess, underestimating them. Not only creating space, but getting the main tree, such a big deal. And as you say, the expo also in jeopardy. The Zebra is coming in, boom! Exploding, hallelujah. And that's no more gold income for Czech.
All of a sudden, man, he had 2 gold mines, and now he's down to only 0. But yeah, what's the follow-up for Czech here? Does he have the resources? No, not really, to build another tree. Or did he build one here? No. Ah, there is one. There is one, and he has glaive throwers ready. And it's GG! Czech calls it GG without gold income against 2 gold mines. It's pretty hard. Whew, what an opening game to this best of 5.
It seemed like he wasn't ready for the tanks. They came as a surprise, did way more than they should have. But that only works once in a series. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work again. I assume that if he goes for the Warden again and sees the tier 3 again, he will definitely be picking a Panda and be way more careful with his army positioning and, you know, not lose the Tree of Eternity. That's oftentimes a bad thing to happen to you.
So next game is about to go up. Have we a score from Sonic versus Rudin? I don't think so. But we have a new donation by JI. $10. Keep up the good work. You are bringing my early teenage years back to life. This donation is only allowed to be used on really good beer. That is very nice of you. Thanks a lot. And I hope Störtebecker is okay for you. And somehow your Skype thingy is flickering here, but it's not on the actual Skype. So I don't really know what's going on with the technical side, but whatever.
Well, must be something with XSplit, but
yeah,
it's not too big of a problem.
I don't think so.
Can still see my pretty face.
Yeah, that's of course the most important part here. And yeah, both players are in game. The next map is Nomad Isles, another opportunity to see a Warden.
Yep, very, very easy to get level 3 here. Very close by the gold mine, so the expo is always a possibility. It's a huge map, so even if you creep that Warden up to level 5 quickly, if you want to get a Panda, there's also a lot of space on this map for the Panda. So I think it's a pretty good Night Elf map. But Tier 3, which is something that seems to be favored by eMalFaN, when you go for Tier 3 Triple Hero, the same is true for your army, for your game. You can get your Paladin to level 3, your MK to level 3, or you might see something entirely different. But judging from the first game, it seems like both players are fine with the passive game, at least for the early parts.
I think so too. So we are back in a game. eMalFaN is leading with 1-0. Both players remained their color. And yeah, it is the grand final. It's a best of 5 for $500. And in the upper left, we have from Korea eMalFaN, who did a pretty nice performance today, I think, eliminating Ruden on his way here and Orc Worker. And who else was there? Do you remember that? War Chief, right?
So long ago, man. How could I possibly remember? No. But yeah, he's playing very strong today. Surprising me, most definitely. And yeah. Let's see if he can go all the distance.
He beat War Chief 2-1, then the Orc Worker 2-0, then Ruden 2-1. So he's slaying the European Night Elves left, right and center. Will it be enough for Czech though? He played so good in PGL in December, and that's where his third spring, or whatever we might call it, really picked up the pace. And since then, he's an entirely different player, but he's choosing the same hero that he did on map number 1. It is the Warden.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be deviating from this at all, at least so far. I mean, of course, this is a great Warden map. Terranostan is a great Warden map. These are probably the two best, and Echo Isles as well. But maybe later on Turtle Rock, we will see the old Hunter of Demons returning, I do assume. But yeah, let's stick on Nomad Isles firstly. So, the reason why Night Elves and humans really like this map is the mercenary camp can be taken as your first creep camp that gives you level 2, that potentially gives you a great item, and you can also get the Shadow Priest, which is also something that the two races really like to have at their arsenal. It is somewhat costly for both sides. Militia have to be called, quite a few of them, and Ancient of War has to be repaired, but it's worth it in the end. Especially if the Warden finds a Pendant of Energy, which is absolutely the dream item.
Boots, of course, also a great one. And yeah, then they get the Priests and have the opportunity to get the Berserkers. All pretty much normal for a mercenary camp. There's also another big unique thing here at Nomad Isles, because there are some red spots. These ones here, and they drop the best items in the one-on-one game, which is like the Scroll of Restoration, Potion of Divinity, stuff like that. Warden opening the game up with a Ring of Protection +3. The Archmage himself going for the expansion right away.
I'm very surprised by this. This is super unusual creeping by him. He uses, I think he's going to use the Militia to be expanding here. So then he doesn't have the Militia to creep the mercenary camp, and that camp gives you so much support. You might be falling to pressure if you don't get it, but hey, eMalFaN thinks he can make it work without it, so let's give him the benefit of the doubt and see what he's gonna be choosing to do. As the Militia transform back into peasants. And yeah, it's gonna be an expansion game for the human. But the Night Elf is gonna see that the Archmage is only level 2, that he doesn't have a big item. He knows there's no Mercamp support, so maybe Czech is gonna decide to be very aggressive.
Yeah. At the moment, no tech for Czech. He's staying on tier 1 and he's about to scout what's going on there. Sonic won the first game, so 1-0 for the Ukrainian in the game for third. Here comes the first Shadow Strike. There is no boots, so the Archmage will get away with this one. Town Hall by eMalFaN in fast build, obviously. So the expansion is coming, and it's now Czech's job to tear it down or counter-expand.
It's also Czech's job to keep his Wisps alive right now. Nice round on the Berserker. Pretty cool by eMalFaN, seeing that one opportunity. The Wound Mail is finishing, healing him up back again, but the Surround is just putting out too much damage. And this Berserker will die in the end. The Wisp has scouted the main, but hasn't seen the expansion yet, but must know that there is the expansion, since there's no tech, of course.
Scout farms everywhere from eMalFaN, so he will know exactly what Czech is doing. Level 2 and 2/3 Warden. And the Town Hall is finished. No Ivory Tower yet. No Arcane Tower yet.
Dude, look at the peasant. He's creating a farm. We know this usually before the heroes come out, but so late in the game. This is a pretty cute peasant, man.
Where are you looking at? Ah, there in the middle.
The peasant who built the farm.
Okay, who just died, I know. I just saw it. So getting closer to level 3, he is with his Warden. And then, of course, Shadow Strike level 2 or Fan of Knives level 2 come into play. Depending on whether you want to kill the Archmage or the Peasants.
This is a race right now. Both of them are running toward their opponent's vulnerable spots. eMalFaN is going towards the main, but the Night Elf is going to be arriving at the expo before. And the tower isn't finished. This tower is absolutely dead. There's no way he can keep it alive. How quickly does eMalFaN go back? Or is he going to try to pressure himself to force the Night Elf back? But I don't know if that's a good idea. Level 3, level 2 Fan of Knives dealing so much damage. This is absolutely crippling for the human right now. But he doesn't seem to care.
Not really. He is harassing here a few Wisps, so he is counting on a low lumber count for his opponent, but that's not the case. And okay, this Town Hall will last for a little while. Archmage trying to get mercenaries, but they're out of stock. Huh?
He forgot the Hunter's Hall.
Ah! Haha! Building it now.
That's a big problem.
So late. Oh. Why do Night Elves keep making the same mistakes for weeks and months, and I have no idea, being cancelled now by creeps?
Yeah, he also built a Tree of Life right there. And he cancelled that one as well. Czech seems to be totally panicking right now.
Yeah, with all those years of experience, still struggling in heavy pressure situations.
What does he decide to do with his resources? Here's tier 2, so Ancient of Lores are not possible because, no Hunter's Hall. He's not getting Hunter's Hall at all now, so...
Yeah, he is. Next to the Mercamp.
Okay, next to the Mercamp, okay. He has the money for a second hero, or does he want to go quick into a tier 3 tech? That's the question. The Night Elf has bought quite a bit of time for himself. He has damaged the economy significantly. As the Warden pokes her head into the main, seeing, yup, that's the main base, there's an altar, there's peasants. I don't know what he was looking for there.
Yeah, there's a Tree of Life for Czech now for the second time. First one got cancelled as well. Warden trying to look for trouble, but not finding any at the moment. Without Blink, of course, it's a lot harder, since he decided to go for Shadow Strike, Fan of Knives. And the Archmage is level 3, found the so important level 2 elemental level. But yeah, apart from that, also very passive. Of course, he has to get his economy back on track. He has to secure it a bit with some towers, and he definitely needs an Arcane Tower here.
Yeah, so the game was shaken up quite significantly in the early stages, but it seems to now be settling into a more normal pace. Finally come the double Ancients of Lore, of course, so late, and might even be cancelled, but if he does decide to commit to the Ancient of Lore cancellation, he's gonna take a lot of damage. Well, AM and Water Elementals, I guess, can do it solo, at least cancel one of them. Unless there is the spell, of course, and the Shadow Priest has a lot of the spell up his sleeve. Mud Golem comes in as well. Oh, double slow on the Archmage. He has no TP. This might be his death level 4. That's level 2 Shadow Strike. That's definitely a dead Archmage.
And here we go, 150 damage instantly, and the Archmage is dead. Check coming back in a tremendous form into this game. Killing one Ancient of Lore would help him a bit. Yeah, he cancelled that one. That was nice. And maybe even the second one. There are 3 footmen knocking on the door of this mist with, I don't know, this nature thingy. But oh, yeah, he cancelled in the last possible second.
Alright, he got the double
What
Ancient of
a
Lore,
game.
which is nice, but Jesus, did he take a lot of damage. Was that really worth it?
I don't think he needs the footman anymore.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, but it would have been nice for creeping. In the late game, they're not good, but they're okay. Buying the Archmage back from the tavern, also
That is
really
a lot.
expensive.
Yeah, that is a lot. I think he can creep with militia support. If he wants to creep, he can creep the mercenary camp. So that's not that big of a deal initially.
Yeah, he also gave the Warden a lot of experience, though. He's almost level 5, I mean.
Yeah. That is indeed a big thing. That is a big threat. And he is going for that militia creep with the Shredder now. Killing that Gigantian Cito.
Oh, the Berserker! No! Oh, he's microing it. What a player. But Mud Golem is paying the price!
Muddy.
Oh!
But here comes the Warden. Vorpal Blades for check. Okay. Maybe he's expecting tanks again. The expansion is up. Finally for check. Not running, but at least up. And we have a level 5 on the Warden here.
Yep, this is where the fun begins, but he has no anti-magic potion just yet. So blinking in and... no, he does. Alright, he doesn't have blink. So it's really hard to get in position to punish the peasants.
Just hitting 2 is not the biggest of deals. Waiting for the cooldown. 3, 2, 1.
These were the most underwhelming fans of knives ever. He got 1 kill, okay. But yeah, that's just 1 peasant.
Yeah, nicely walled off so far. Blacksmith is done, so no damage dealt here. In the meantime, Archmage is creeping. He is way up to level 4. Maybe even securing another expansion.
Imagine if he had a panda right now. He has so much space on the map right now, so much freedom. It would be super easy to get him to level 3.
Yeah.
But he decides not to do it. I don't think that's the right decision. Oh, Zeppelin peasant expansion attempt.
Yeah, that was what I was talking about. He was creeping and he has 3 peasants here. Can't imagine it's just for creeping. Because he has 1,000 gold. But he has lumber problems, but he has a shredder. So it's a lot of back and forth. And yeah, the Vorpal Blades upgrade makes sense because eMalFaN once again is going triple workshop castle.
Alright, tanks are gonna be coming again, and I expected Czech to definitely be picking a panda this time. But I was wrong. He's not getting the Brewmaster, and I have to question that decision.
And I think a Tomb of Retraining is definitely needed here. He's still without blink. And oh, nice. Well uploaded from eMalFaN here because Fan of Knives would have hurt a lot. Trying to deal with a blacksmith with only piercing damage. Need some patience for that.
Yeah, double masonry upgrade makes this thing really survivable. And here we see the glaive thrower. But yeah, there's a reason why glaive thrower is a tier 1 unit. It's because it's not really good. Even though the entire army is hitting the blacksmith, the peasants are easily repairing it, and in the meantime the human has space to use the zeppelin to harass a bit. But it's not really that threatening. It's 2 footmen and a water elemental.
Well, if you can get some wisps here and there, maybe cancel the moon. Well, now it's too late for that. But yeah, Czech is not accomplishing anything here.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. Like this looks...
He really wants this blacksmith.
And this looks so stubborn, like, I want to kill your expansion! Like, this is his only... seems to be his only thought in his head. And he doesn't seem to think that it's very ineffective, or inefficient rather. But I think that's exactly what's the case.
But now it's 3 glaive throwers. I think you should kill the workers here as fast as you can and kill the blacksmith because then tanks are out of the option.
Do you need a blacksmith for tanks from workshop?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I can understand why he has such hatred for this building. But yeah, someone should tell him that
it's working
siege
now.
Units can attack ground.
Yeah. Can they? I don't know. But the blacksmith is gone. It took him some time, but it was in the end worth it. Oh, he transitioned into Blizzard already. And a nice fan of knives finally from the Warden, getting close to level 6.
Wait for the next one. The next one's gonna be beautiful!
Hi, and the Archmage! Oh boy, that was so close. He's
gonna die! He's gonna no! The unload holy light! Holy Jesus, that was super close.
Oh, but another one and another holy light. This is just beautiful Warcraft at the moment. But at the same time, Jack is doing a tremendous job. He's gonna kill the expansion, and he will be so happy about it. Gyrocopter is trying to get rid of the Zeppelin or whatever. Oh no, it was his own Zeppelin, whatever. The Warden, 2 HP. My God. Yeah, Jack will be so happy with the result. His own Tree of Life is still alive, but he does not know about this one here. About the expansion in the upper right, which is not finished yet. And he has no resources. Haha! He can only build it with 1 unit because he's power building here at the natural expansion. eMalFaN in a horrible situation. What?
With like 10 peasants.
Yeah, but only
only
one can work because the shredder is too slow for this one.
What a weird game.
God, what a crazy game.
Huh.
Jack has lumber problems, by the way.
Ooh. Getting an Ancient Protector now against the flying machines. I imagine he also has an Orb of Venom. Actually, no, he does not. As the harass continues from eMalFaN, dropping Archmage with Blizzard. That's looks kind of like Psystorm harass from StarCraft.
The Glaive Throwers attacked their own gold mine for a 1 shot or something. He's building fragmentation shards for what? Maybe dropping mortar teams or whatever. Definitely an interesting game. Expansion number 1 is up again. Expansion number 2 is up again. 3 gold mines to get something from for eMalFaN here. And Jack has to scout this. Jack has to scout the second expansion or kill this one again. But at the same time, he has to be aware that there's an Archmage and the Blizzard is hurting a lot. The Paladin!
He's gonna die.
Is dead.
He died in the Zeppelin. That's level... No, not level 6. 40 experience away. Archmage is staffing home right now, needs to deal with this Glaive Thrower threat. And the Blizzard is the perfect weapon, of course. Here it comes. Gonna lose 1 Glaive Thrower immediately. Only 300 hit points, man. You have to be so careful with them. And there is level 6 on the Warden, but
and
no mana for Avatar.
Ah, yeah, so many corpses, man. It would have been the ideal scenario for the Avatar of Vengeance. That's really a shame. From perspective of Jack. From Jack's perspective.
That's a shame.
So it's only a level 4 Archmage, so it's only level 2 Blizzard. Imagine this being level 3, then the Glaive Throwers are completely useless. He's not transitioning into anything. He built a lot of archers to get to deal with the flying machines, but he killed the Huntress Hall. Is that important for any units here?
Nah. But for upgrades it would it might come into play later. And here come the tanks! And well, there's 5 Glaive Throwers at home, so they do deal quite a bit of damage to those units. But eMalFaN is coming from the north, so again he's trying to pick apart his opponent. He's not choosing real fights, he's choosing the harass more than anything.
Paladin again catches a Shadow Strike, so the clock is ticking for him a bit. But here comes Blizzard again. But he did not get rid of this entangled gold mine, did not interrupt the mining of Jack. The tanks in the meantime dealt with 1 Moonwell. Jack is supply stuck.
Oh, this is really nice multitasking by eMalFaN. Now getting rid of the Glaive Throwers in the middle of the map, tanks in the main, and the Archmage I thought was at the expansion, but I don't know, he's somewhere else. He's also at this natural right now, yeah. And why does Czech not get a panda? He's so stubborn. Just get a panda and you can easily deal with all this stuff. But he doesn't want to.
Yeah.
And the one tank is still alive. It's been sitting here for like a minute.
And killed the lore and the Moonwell.
I think even 2 Moonwells.
Yeah, two moon. The one I talked about the one before. So yeah, it's 2 Moonwells plus the lore, with only 2 tanks, man. That is cannot happen.
That's such an annoying game to be playing right now. If I was Czech, I would be slightly tilting at the moment. And yeah, it looked so horrible for eMalFaN after having lost the Expo, but he is kind of cheesing his way back into this.
And there is a transition into Griffin Aviary. He can build Griffins here from that one. So mass magic damage coming in. And oh my god! Okay, he has 1 lore. I thought he lost both lores, but because without a Huntress Hall you can't build lores, that would have been horrible, but he's rebuilding it nevertheless. So I guess eMalFaN is prepared for basically everything that Czech can throw at him.
He's at the tavern. Please get a panda. Bro, do it. He needs 1 more lumber, I think.
Yeah, finally. But yeah, will you have the time to creep him up to level 3?
He's easily gonna get level 2. And with the green spot and the goblin lab. And I think if he takes the merchant or both merchants, then he's definitely level 3. And there doesn't seem to be any immediate pressure coming from the human. He's creeping around, he's taking his time. And the warden is scouting things. So yeah, I think Czech will have the time to get the panda, who is late to the party, but I guess better late than never.
That's true, and there's still 3 red spots on... Oh no, 5 red spots. 7 red spots on this map. But only 2 that are... Oh, the paladin! He gets a bolt!
It's 6 actually, by the way.
1, 2, 3, 4... That's right.
And catches another bolt and finally sees, oh, there's an expansion here.
There's another bolt coming. There's another bolt coming in a few. Anti-magic shell being used. Very, very nice.
Bash? Huh?
He didn't even try it, right?
Yeah. But even with a bolt, the warden wouldn't have died. She had 300 hit points. That's not enough damage. But I guess better safe than sorry. Losing a second level 6 hero on just kind of a silly mistake of not using a potion, anti-magic potion I mean, would be very, very sad. So Panda almost level 3. But the entire upper side of the map is being taken by the human, and starting this game I was talking about this. When you get your tier 3, when you play your tier 3 strategy, excuse me, and you get second and third hero, you do have the time, you do have the space, you do have the creep camps here on Nomad Isles. And yeah, eMalFaN is approaching that territory where the human army is all tier 3, 80 supply, maybe even up to 100 supply, and that's a really strong army.
Finally linked, by the way.
An army that some people say a human army is better than your army.
Greetings, Mr. Tilleman! And eMalFaN invested a Stormbolt into this Vile Temptress, but in the end the Dryads got him. Little misclick here by him. Of course they are getting exhausted in Korea. It's now like 5 AM or something. Maybe even...
yeah, something like that. It's late anyways, it's
what?
late.
The warden blinked into the forest!
How did he make space there?
I have no idea.
Mortar teams or something? Well, Entangled Mine is being killed by the Archmage and tanks are in the main. Again, he's trying to pick the Night Elf apart.
He's going for the Paladin, but there's Divine Shield. Is he going for something else? Town Portal, Holy Light, everything is safe. Very well done by eMalFaN. He lost a few Wisps there, but I think he could have lost more if Czech has played this right. So the main gold mines are dry. Tree of Eternity has not been moved yet. And he has to creep before he expands for the second time. And
up here we have the Great Wall of Korea. eMalFaN placing a lot of towers, trying to secure this game in the later stages. Wants to take it super late. But taking that route is gonna mean level 5 Panda soon. And level 5 Panda and level 5 Warden. That's so much AoE that even your knights have to start getting scared.
Alright, can he get this creep spot, or will he be interrupted by eMalFaN? Okay, no, he's sending his tanks away to deal some damage to the buildings, and in the meantime, there is creeping for the Panda. Takes some time though, because there still are no bears.
Yeah, it's so weird. He hasn't produced a single bear this game. Ah, but now 3 are coming simultaneous. I mean, from the same building. All in queue, goddammit.
I can't really click the item here, so I don't know what it is. Talisman of the Wild. Oh boy, that is
other furbolgs. That's
some bad luck.
Crap. Ah, the Warden. Here comes the blink action. Going in, catching the... Oh, that wasn't a bolt, that was a hammer from the Griffin. But yeah. She's level 7 now, so that's a level 3 blink and level 3 fan of knives, right?
Yeah.
That's the usual late game Lolite style Warden. And he has no Orb of Venom either.
Yeah, he definitely needs to do some more trouble. And this one expansion, it has been scanned by Czech for like 5 minutes or whatever it is. So he can easily harass that. Of course he will lose a few hit points, but he can easily replenish that as well. So I don't see why he's not jumping all over the map.
Yeah, I don't know either. I think he should have boots and anti-magic shell, and as you say, just jump in there, kill the peasants, staff back out again, wait a bit, oh, the peasants are back, let's get some more kills, and cruise your way towards level 10. And the Panda in the meantime should have space to be creeping up the rest of the map to get level 5, so that seems like a very straightforward game plan, but Czech seems to be slightly hesitating.
Punishment potion still, oh boy. Big attack on the expansion of Czech with mortar teams, with Blizzard, with everything he has. And what can Czech do here? He has only 2 bears. The Warden, of course, has to do the main damage, nicely going into the mortar teams right away, forcing that first heal scroll. But the mortar teams with fragmentation shards, so much damage. Nice catch by the Mountain King, preventing that fan of knives here. But here comes Breath of Fire in. 1 mortar team being staffed out, 1 died. Nice heal, Holy Light, and eMalFaN has to run away. Can he kill that Griffin? No, he can't. So, expansion still alive. Well,
but all the meanwhile, tanks were in the main and got rid of what was the main, because there's not a single building remaining here. Altar killed, Lore killed, Moonwells killed, and this picking apart of the Night Elf is slowly starting to work. He's not killing him with a sword, he's killing him with a spoon or a matchstick or something. Something that takes a long time to kill someone with. And now his expansion is in jeopardy, his Tree of Eternity, he can't really lose this. But it seems like he can't get there in time to save it either, and it is gonna fall. And this is starting to look bad.
Is this the 2-0 for eMalFaN already? He has 2 gold mines running for him against 1 of Czech. Once again, blink action by the Warden, picking apart that mortar team. Can he get the second one? No, blinks out again. Immediate holy divine shield from the Paladin.
Did you want to say holy shit?
Yeah. Well, things are not getting easier with the Archmage leveling up. Of course, we can expect mass teleport rather soon.
It seemed like Czech has no experience against this tank play. He had the wrong units this entire time. He had like 8 archers and 3 dryads, and everyone knows against tanks you need bears, talons, well, 1 talon or 2 talons, you need ancients of war, and you need possibly also a mud golem. But this I'm baffled, man. Like he's playing this so wrong, so wrong.
Another Talisman of the Wild being found at another red spot, but yeah. Of course, eMalFaN has a ward right in front of that expansion spot, so you can easily kill off the trees once they're up. Trying to deal with it with 1 bear.
Alright, Panda's level 5 now, sorry to cut you off. But this could have been accomplished so much sooner. This Panda could have been level 5 for such a long time. And you want to have boots on him to be quick against the tanks, to be able to react. And what looked so good for Czech for such a long time, it's looking almost impossible. Like, he's playing against 3 gold mines. Even if he is trading well, he's not going to be trading well forever. The Furbolgs are here, the Dragonhawks are here, but the mass AoE is also here for Czech. And his army, well, it's dwindling. Level 4 already for the Paladin. Where did he get all of his experience suddenly from? And Czech is losing unit after unit, down to only 43 supply. And eMalFaN, it looked like in a straight up fight he can't win this. The Warden though, she's being bolted, she's being focused, but she does blink out in the end to save herself. But I think this might be curtains.
Yeah, might be the time to finish the Panda. There is a Stormbolt, there is the follow-up, and that's it. Level 4 on the Mountain King without the heavy area of effect damage. Okay, he has to run away from the spirits now because they are invulnerable, but at the same time, I don't know, man. eMalFaN is mining so much. Czech lost his second hero. The levels of eMalFaN look so strong, and the expansion of Czech is about to expire as well.
Yeah, 34 supply, man. This was his advantage this entire game. He had the bigger army, he had the stronger heroes. But this is the late game style human. You just harass, buy time, expand, win this game through economy, and finally, at some point, your heroes are gonna be strong enough. And this point might be here. But now seems like eMalFaN is getting a little bit anxious. The first time we're seeing sort of impatience from him. The Warden, is she gonna die? We're not gonna see her die. He GG's before. And Czech holding on for a long time. Well, actually was rather eMalFaN holding on for a long time. Does take it in the end.
That's nice. That's right. 2-0 for Mr. eMalFaN. I think if we would have done a straw poll, who's gonna win GERA Cup 50, he wouldn't have gotten a single vote. To be honest, I know he's strong, but he's not like in the top tier of players like Warchief, Hawk, Remind, Lawliot, that kind of stuff, or even Czech. So this is a big upset. This is not the nicest way to play versus Night Elf, but it's a very efficient way, and yeah, it's working. It is working.
Yeah, as long as you get the W, everything's allowed.
Exactly.
Next game, you think we're gonna be seeing the same again from the human, like tier
Depends
3
on the map.
mass expansion? Yeah, of course. I mean, if the map makes it possible. Echo Isles, of course, it's not possible.
Amazonia, it is.
Turtle Rock would be very hard to do. Amazonia actually is also not really feasible. But he did win on Tyranna's stand on with only one expansion.
This is an interesting thing, though. The European human players, they never go for the expansion here on AZ. I feel, I know the Chinese ones are always going for the expo. Koreans, not so sure. I guess they are. I saw it from Reprisal, I saw it somewhere else, maybe Jaizo. So if there's an expansion coming from eMalFaN again, then Immolation Demon Hunter might be a thing.
Would be cool to see, but I think going for the quick expo, it's kind of rolling the dice, because you can take a lot of damage if the Night Elf is not greedy and does not. You have to worry about the Rock Golem, so if he goes for it, Czech could definitely pounce on it.
Yeah, that's right. 7.5 hours of Warcraft today. $60 earned, a lot of viewers gotten, and a lot of subscribers earned here. So Czech is going for a smoke, and I'd love to do the same, but he will be back in like 3 minutes or whatever. So we have to cover this.
By the way, my camera, or rather something on XSplit is, I just want to tell the stream, is fucked up. We can't really fix it, so I hope it's not too irritating for you guys.
So I just add it again, maybe it's working now. Huh, it actually is.
Nice. We did fix it.
Easy.
Easy game. Alright, so apart from today, from this GERA Cup Neo, when can we see the next Warcraft? Like, what's happening this week?
The next planned stream from me is definitely Thursday. There is the Twitch Warcraft Champions League, the biggest Korean tournament going on at the moment, featuring Moon, Remind, Focus, Lawliot, Lucifer, Believe, and Minyok. The quarterfinals will be played, so 4 best of 3s starting at noon, Central European time, of course. Everything will be up on our YouTube as well, which can be found at youtube.com/backtowarcraft. On Friday, there is the European Pro League, which is going to be the biggest European tournament that we have at the moment. That's going to be the open qualifier. So chance for all of you out there to go get a spot and maybe grab 1,000 euros at the end of this. You can find all the information on war3reddit.com. It's a sticky post. And on Sunday, of course, there's GERA Cup 41, and when it's GERA Cup time, it's back to Warcraft time.
You're gonna be doing next week's GERA Cup, do you know already?
I guess. I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Okie dokie.
In case you want to give me a week of vacation. No.
But you already had a vacation. Come on.
I was like bound to my bed with a hurt knee.
Yeah, kind of like vacation.
Yeah, kind of like vacation. I hit you over the head and then I tell you, yo, you have a vacation now.
That's your good right.
Okay, next time we meet each other, I got 1 hit on the head for free. That's nice. Good to know. So I'm sitting in this basically 35-degree room with a jacket on, and maybe announcing the final map of today. Is eMalFaN gonna sweep the legend Czech, or will the old schooler come back into this? He has plenty of experience, but how are his nerves dealing with a scenario like this? The map is Amazonia, starting in the upper right, leading 2-0 is not eMalFaN, but Czech. Czech is down 2-0, sorry for that, and in the bottom left, there is eMalFaN, and I was confused because the colors are swapped.
And so far we have seen a lot of Warden from Czech, but Amazonia traditionally is more of a Demon Hunter map. It's not like the Warden can get up to level 5 so quickly here, and after that still have space for possibly a second hero to creep up. And also getting into level 3 is hard enough as it is. And I think he possibly should go Demon Hunter, because his Warden, I didn't really feel was all that well played. Like Lolite, we see him excel at this, of course. He finds openings everywhere, he harasses all the time, he is super busy with her. He is multitasking his Warden while creeping up with army and stuff, but Czech, he just didn't seem to be quite on the same level, didn't quite seem to be fast enough. I think maybe the traditional style of playing, the Demon Hunter, might be better suited for him.
Yep, either that or, as we mentioned before, the immolation route. Harassing, well, that's of course only working if your opponent is going for the expansion, and that's gonna be the big question of the early game of Amazonia. eMalFaN doing the same shenanigans again and doing that high risk creep spot right here where there's a rock golem and 2 mud golems. This can be punished, this might be punished, but he's starting things off with the usual green camp with a Renegade Wizard, and so it looks like we're gonna see a normal game.
It's too early to tell, but of course it seems like what eMalFaN likes to play most is that tier 3. Nice detonate, by the way. These peasants are taking so much damage, and the Demon Hunter is coming over extremely quickly. Is he going to be getting last hits? Would be a big deal, but no, he's not going to be given any. Level 2 now for the AM. But he's slowing down the human. But is that really worth it? Oh, he gets the farm. Can he get in? Ooh, he could get in, but he doesn't want to. He would be forced to TP out afterwards. But that would have been at least 1, probably 2 peasant kills.
Yeah, maybe if he, once again, with immolation, this could have been horrible for eMalFaN.
Forces are under attack.
And he's getting a Hunter's Haul. By the looks of it, what Czech has seen so far, it really seems like eMalFaN wants to expand and possibly go into the tier 3 and, you know, mass expansion kind of game. That's really hard to do here in Amazonia, of course, with there only being 1 expansion for you. You could take your opponents, but yeah, that doesn't really happen. Anyways, the creep is coming right now. The Demon Hunter is here to deal as much damage as he possibly can. First target is gonna be a peasant, which gets ensnared actually. Also a footman in trouble, but the archer isn't here, and the archer actually does add quite a bit to this.
He's getting that pick off from the militia. Oh no! eMalFaN actually able to move him away and getting the item and the experience. Almost level 3 already. Wand of Mana stealing. Very, very nice to return the favor of burnt mana. To maybe get back to 125 to spawn a new water elemental. So I guess this worked pretty well for eMalFaN.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I don't know. I think Czech's early game decisions here, they're just incorrect. Like, it's not even like he's maybe doing a few things here and there that's kind of his style. It's just wrong. Like, why doesn't he creep to level 2 and then go downward? What did he really accomplish going towards the first camp of the human? He didn't kill a single peasant, he didn't steal a single item, he didn't hurt the Archmage. After that he tries to harass the creeping of the natural, and there's no Wisp there to detonate, there's no archer there, there's no level 2 on the Demon Hunter, there's no boots. Like, it's looking pretty weak, I think, what Czech is doing so far.
Yeah, he definitely played better in the rounds before. Maybe he just got tired. As we mentioned before, he's not the youngest Warcraft player in the scene, 30 years old since 2 weeks. And maybe he's a little exhausted from playing the entire night. He's responding with Huntress, by the way, and he has the first one on the battlefield, trying to get access to that main base again, as it seems, but that, of course, will take a long time.
And usually what you want to have is a strong Demon Hunter to keep up the pressure to be a real threat when you reach tier 2 and possibly want to go for the Naga. But of course there's Huntresses, so probably it's gonna be more the bear route, which means more Panda, you know, more late game focused. But he might be going for the Naga. Would be a surprise though, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
And there's the Expo. Yeah, that Expo means no Naga, no pressure, most likely.
He wants to do as much trouble as he can though in the main base or expansion, but the main base is sealed off. There's no way of getting in there. Maybe with a Zeppelin or with Zappers later.
Oh, the Demon Hunter might get surrounded here. Oh, he actually gets it. That was not an easy surround to get. Well done by the human, forcing the TP and getting quite a bit of space for himself.
Moving the Huntress away though. Okay, now sending them back into the base as well. Thought he wanted to continue the harass with only the units.
A town is under siege. A player's forces are under attack.
No. Still level 1 on the Demon Hunter, level 3 on the Archmage already. This is such a huge deal. But there's the Panda by Czech. There is, as we mentioned, the expansion. Double Engine of Lore is coming. But he needs to find the time to creep the spot. And I think eMalFaN is pretty happy to scare Czech as far back as he can to get him away from his own expansion. And so everything looks in favor of the human player so far.
Yeah, and the Demon Hunter still only being level 1.5. It's gonna take so long to get him to level 3 if he wants to be leveling his Panda as well, which is what he should be doing. That guy, of course, heavily relying on experience. So far, looking a little bit tough. Let's take a look at the economy situation for the human player. How is his tech progressing? Tier 2 has started. He's almost up at 50 supply and he's starting to bank a little bit of money at least. So the tier 2 push is not like very imminent, but it's definitely what we need to be expecting here.
Yeah, he's building like 8 things at a time. Blacksmith now, farm, tech, towers, piercing, defend upgrade, and the masonry upgrade. So it's time for Czech to creep now, and he needs to do that fast, I guess. Demon Hunter is trying to distract here and there, but yeah. I don't know, man. I don't think he will have the time to creep his expansion.
It's going to take a long time anyways. Tree of Life actually is not that slow. He has Nature's Blessing already. Very quickly gotten. Alright, here come the footmen. But how many is this? 7 footmen. It's not too scary actually, with a Panda, with a Shredder, damn it, excuse me.
Panda,
but he gets the surround again.
Exactly.
Well done by eMalFaN. Lots of strong surrounds he's showing.
And he keeps it closed. Can he kill the Panda though? There is no step, there's no town portal. Second hero down before he gets to level 2. We might lose 2 footmen in return though. First one is down and finally level 2 on that Demon Hunter. Second one dies as well. Gets an archer in return. And that Water Elemental is dead already. But he delays the expansion of Czech by such a huge margin. Plus killing the second hero.
Yeah, and the bank is getting higher and higher for eMalFaN.
Forces are under attack.
But now I think Czech should have like 5 minutes. That might be a little much. Like 3, 4, maybe 5 minutes before the timing hits. Is that enough time to get ready though? Tier 3 is starting now. More Dryads are coming. Tree of Life is getting into position, so he's not far away from starting to mine. It's gonna be a close call though, and the Demon Hunter is gonna be a huge problem. This guy is usually a big threat in the fights, but I don't think he's gonna be this time.
No, with level 2 without any items, this is definitely not the case. Level 2 on the Panda though, but doesn't do that much. Mountain King as a second hero, double Arcane Sanctum this time, no tanks. Of course, it's super easy to defend if you're just jumping between main base and expansion here on Amazonia.
Double workshop, interestingly. Seems like he wants to get this timing rolling as quickly as humanly possible, even if it's not like the most efficient play.
Forces are under attack.
And the Zeppelin is coming towards the main. This is a very standard human versus Night Elf, and Czech should be expecting this, but at the moment he has nothing in position to deal with it. But this is Amazonia, it's not such a huge map, so the way back home isn't too far away.
Zeppelin coming in, immediately getting the Shredder. This will cut Czech's lumber in half, basically. And this was so costly getting that unit, man. Really, really well done. eMalFaN is doing every single step correct. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's playing really well here. Mortar teams are inbound, and so are the casters, of course. Still, at only 50 supply is the human. The Entangle Goldmine is gonna finish. If we could be able to cancel that over and over, that would have been a big deal, but just slightly too late. But he did get the Shredder in return, which is also a great pickoff. Alright, and now the Goldmine is finally mining. Finally, they are on even footing economically. But is it in time? That's a big question. The Zapper is coming in. Oh, double Moonwell kill. eMalFaN is doing a lot of cheesy moves here, but he's doing it really well.
Of course, he's just watching over the Moonwells with the Zeppelin just in time to unload and finish the job. I'm really amazed by his
Players'
performance
forces
here.
are under attack.
Yeah, I think he's playing way better this game. I would say also in game number 2 he was better. But here he's almost outclassing Czech, man.
Yeah. 4 mortar teams already, 65 food. And what does Czech have to stand against this? Only Adept Bears, no Dryads. Level 3 Panda, okay, that is very nice. But no level 3 Demon Hunter. 4 Dryads.
Yeah, but Czech needs to go into upkeep like yesterday. The push is very shortly gonna arrive. What did he find? Zoe Mask, that's a very good one. He will have to rely on his heroes to win this game. And more mana is always good.
Finally level 3, he gets the heal scroll now and the invo potion, but I don't think heal scrolls are that important at the moment for him. Look
Jesus
at
Christ, 6 mortar teams,
yeah,
man.
so much. I don't know if you have seen Reprisal versus Czech on Thursday, or the VODs or whatever. Reprisal is entirely skipping the Spellbreakers and plays like 6 mortar teams.
Huh.
And that is like worked very, very well. Because you can kite all the time because everything is slowed.
eMalFaN didn't even get a second hero. Oh no, yeah, there it is. The Tinker
What?
second.
He had a Mountain King in production. But yeah, why not go for the Pocket Factory, man? It blocks a lot. And it's guaranteed damage if you place it correctly. Nice Breath of Fire, Drunken Haze combination. All the peasants are gonna die, but it's 7 mortar teams, or 6 or whatever it is, 6 or 7, doesn't really matter, but they deal with the Dryad so quickly. The Panda has to kill them, the Demon Hunter has to kill them, another Breath of Fire, but the damage is just simply not enough. Level 4 on the Archmage, the Bears are falling left, right and center, the mortar teams are still alive.
Yeah, man, this is just way too much stuff. He only had 50 supply to start this fight. His heroes, I said it before, they need to win this game, but is it possible? 71 supply, no, it's not possible. That's GG. Jack tabs out. eMalFaN defeating him, the worthy champion of today's GERA Cup number 50, as the guy who no one expected pretty much showed an amazing performance today, and yeah, has quite a bit of money up his sleeve now.
What an upset by eMalFaN. Everybody expected Warchief to win, Hawk to win, Lawliot to win, Remind to win, but here he comes out of, for some people, nowhere. But of course he has been under the radar for quite some time. I just remember WCA Pro Qualifier South Korea. He was crushed by basically everybody, and now he's standing here on top of the European Korean scene, laughing at everybody. $500 richer.
It's not 500 though.
Yeah,
right?
I know, but I have no idea how much it is, so I say it's 500.
It is 226 euros apparently. The prize purse for the tournament was $500. But still, a nice bit of money to take home for playing some Warcraft. Yeah, that's it. We have been casting for how long now? 8 hours, right?
8 hours, yes.
It seemed to be kind of quick today, though. Didn't you think?
Yeah, the Night of Mirrors kind of dragged, but it's been fun. It's been fun. So, if you want to support us so we can do this more often, or keep doing what we're doing, you can support us by sending us a small donation at PayPal, back to warcraft@gmail.com, or use the link below. Buy our merchandise, b2wshop.de or b2wshop.com. Subscribe here at Twitch, just hitting the button here somewhere, or here, I don't know, there, you know where it is. Or buy stuff on Amazon via our referral link. Yeah, that's the best way to support us. Of course, we are super happy if you follow this channel, if you subscribe to our YouTube, if you want to keep yourself up to date with all the stuff that we are doing. Please like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Everything is /back2warcraft. So you're definitely gonna find us. All the important links are in the info of the stream, so there's no way you can miss it. And I'm gonna say see you on Thursday for TWCL quarterfinals, and the last words belong to you, Mr. Remo.
Alright guys, thank you very much for tuning in, and yeah, watch some more Warcraft, play some more Warcraft. Hopefully we see you again soon. Until then, have a good night, and take care.